this right here is my FZ1. Today we're gonna be parting it out, and I guess first thing you're gonna do is just take off this gas tank. So right now I'm just taking off the fuel cap. Hopefully we can see inside and look at the condition of this. Obviously the outside doesn't look very good, but okay. Cool. Now let me shine the light in there. You can see how it's looking. I don't see insane amounts of rust. It's not, oh yeah, there is some rust in there.
There's some, but it's not too bad.
So taking the gas tank off, we can see this level sensor and the petcock. We can sell it with the fuel pump all together. It should be good. So we're just vent lines off the gas tank so we can get it off the bike, and then we'll grab the fuel pump and the petcock and the level sensor. So then this gas tank can get us at least a little bit closer to our money goal. All right. And now, getting this sensor off. Come on. There we go. Now that there is a part that we can sell. So I'm gonna be doing a running total of the parts. So these boxes here, every time I get something off, like for example, the sensor here, get it off, put it in the box, and then we'll have a running total up in the corner right there. And by the end of the bike, hopefully we'll have enough for another bike, and then I can keep the cycle going. I'm planning on just selling the entire fuel system here as one. So making sure I get the filter, the pump, and level sender thingy. There we go. Sometimes with these, all you gotta do is just twist and they come loose. With enough convincing, should be able to get this off. Boom. And hopefully we can get the filter off with this. Slowly but surely, we're getting this closer to sellable. I know there's a better way to do this, but I'm doing it my way. Jam pack everything so tight in these bikes. Now I gotta figure out where this hooks up to the harness, which wow. Potentially this, and
Somebody's been in here doing stuff.
which means the likelihood of actually selling it is definitely not as much.
Depending on what they did.
And even if you can't sell it as an entire pack, wow.
Okay. So they just wrapped tape around this to keep it all together, apparently. But thankfully, that's still a good plug.
Right now I'm just getting all the hardware into bags. I'm just gonna, like I said, run this through all the pieces. So I'd say this is our first piece. Boom. So next task, super easy. And this is big bucks right here. Got this computer, which should come out easy enough if I can figure out how. There it is. All right. Oh yeah. And with that, we have another part. Boom. We're on a roll, getting the next thing off. We're taking off the gauges. We're hoping if this bracket isn't bent, that we can sell it all. But it is likely that it is bent. There we go. They're not as bad as I thought they would be. A lot of this wiring is broken or messed with in some way. All of these clips are broken. Cool. Now we can get the gauges off of the headlights here, and I don't know what headlights go for.
It depends if they're OEM or some aftermarket ones from China. But we're gonna find out.
Yeah. It says Stanley on it.
That's a good sign.
Come on. All the times this wiring is really, it's not like to listen.
It doesn't help that it's so cold. Makes all this
Definitely.
plastic stuff really stiff.
And my fingers being cold.
Doesn't help either.
There we go. Cool. Cool.
Got some gauges.
Unfortunately, you can't get the bike on, so we can't see the miles on it. But that doesn't mean it's not able to sell, it just means it won't sell for as much. Alrighty. Yet another part, that's our third one. So we're looking at this bracket. We're gonna call it a maybe for now. So we'll start a maybe pile over there. And then we can get this headlight worked out. can see some of these pegs here are broken. You got one missing there. And then right here we got some broken plastic from the fairing, but I can just take that off. And then we got ourselves a good headlight. And you can see on the harness here, this is the original Yamaha one, so definitely a bonus there. This is a comically large screwdriver for what I'm doing.
Especially since you have that sitting right there.
Oh. Sometimes you just get in the flow. Alrighty. And within 10 minutes, we have our fourth part. So I'm gonna start with taking off these passenger pegs. We're gonna do both of them together. But then with these main pegs here and the shifter and all this assembly here and the linkage up here, we're gonna sell those as one for each side, unlike the back ones here. Makes everything easier when you have power tools.
Cheers.
There's one thing about Pardon bikes that I remember from when I was younger. It's these rear or passenger foot pegs. I don't know why, but I always remember seeing them around the shop, being together. Random memory. Something about that shape just really brings back memories.
Those will clean up nice. Get that dirt off there and shine them up a little bit though. Somebody'd be really happy to have those.
Alrighty. What is that, part number 5?
Yep.
Boom.
5, boom.
So this tire that's on here, it's literally held on by a pry bar. It's just the axle is replaced with a pry bar, which is the kind of thing you'll get from a police auction. Just random, crazy things like that. So pulling this tire off is going to be a piece of cake. I'm just going to pull this out, and off comes the tire. So we're looking at hopefully getting that brake, the brake caliper. That tire is not worth anything. If I can get this off of here and then get the caliper off, like I said, I'll just take this whole thing with the reservoir and everything all at once and sell it together. Okay, cool. Now we want to work on getting this foot brake and foot peg off. Alrighty. From the looks of it, this all comes off together, so that's great. Cool. Comes this entire assembly, one piece.
Somebody will be really happy to have that.
Part number something, I think maybe 6. And every time I put a part in here, bringing up the total. Boom. So now I'm just working on getting these frame covers off of here. Now that I think about it, the next plan is to get this shifter off of here. So after these covers are off, we'll get to it. So this is our bin we're using for the body panel stuff. Starting off with these covers. Well, thank you. Alrighty, so we're just getting the shifter off of here. The linkage isn't even actually held on. It's just sitting there right now, so I should be able to just pry that off. Alright. Let's see if I can get it pried off. I'm gonna try and just slowly shake it so it'll come loose eventually.
Awesome.
Good. Yeah, it definitely scratched that, but it'll work great. All the splines look to be just fine. Just putting this back together for ease of keeping track. And as well, just put it all the way back. Cool. We got the shifter and the linkage, all the hardware, and that is another part. Right now I'm just getting the fender off, and after that I'm just gonna get all the body panels off. Oh, that was already partially stripped, and I made it the rest of the way stripped.
Proper tool for the win.
Using a Phillips, it's too small. Will likely be too small. Alright. Should pull off of there nice and easy. Alright, that should be hand tight now. So we got the front fender off, just hooking up the hardware, and then we'll get it in our body panels bin. To specify, after we put all this stuff in, we're gonna take it back out and clean it up, take pictures and get it listed. But for now, we're just getting it sorted, so watch out. Alrighty, now, taking these grab bars off. Oh, some extra hardware down there. And now another extra hardware, great. That, and that.
It's red in your eyes. There you go.
And off it comes. So I think we're just gonna call it a day with these two. We got a good number of parts out of this, and this is worth quite a bit here. You can see the running total up in the corner. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 different parts that we can sell all in one episode. So one final total right there, and see you next week.